The Tbvnks files got worse. I didn't know that there was a Tbvnks files. I know a few people that know Tbvnks, and because they know Tbvnks, they may not, possibly may not, because they may still do it, because if it's good, it's good. But they may not make a video on this because they know Tbvnks. But that leaves more space for me. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I met Tbvnks one time. It was at a DreamCon. That was basically it. So I have no loyalty to that nigga. But hopefully it's a load of baloney and Tbvnks did nothing wrong. But as always, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I thank you guys for all the love and support. Let's get into the video.
I'm not the that signed the NDA. I don't need to be scared about that. Scared of me. If y'all are wondering who I'm talking about, y'all know I'm talking about Tamari.
Expose what? A story between us? No matter if I cheated or you cheated, no matter what happened, these don't need to know. This is between us.
Already bad, bro. It's already starting bad when dude had to say, it's between us, this is private information. It's already bad. Plus he got the Benjamin. He gripping the Benjamin hard.
I'm about Tamari.
Expose what? A story between us?
He gripping that Benjamin. No. Tbvnks, no. Whew. Okay, let's continue. What is this right here? Look at this. No, he's cooked. No, he done ripped the table off the table, bro. No, we're cooked. Okay, let's continue.
No matter if I cheated or you cheated, no matter what happened, these don't need to know. This is
whether I cheated or you cheated. No, that means you cheated. Maybe she's gonna expose that you cheated. Cause why would you say that? Just tell the truth. If you were in the position to where the truth will set you free, the truth will validate you, you'll be willing to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
between us. This is private. She knows about Fear Buck. She knows about these people posting me saying I don't give a f.
Recently, the Tbvnks files got released, with him and his now ex-girlfriend Cameron Levine have broken up and her going on live trying to expose him for apparently being not only a horrible boyfriend, but just a horrible person in general. Effectively trying to not only destroy his PR, but basically destroy his entire career after their relationship went bad. But I want to break down everything that happened, with Tbvnks even coming in and responding before Cameron Levine got to say anything on live or do her so-called exposing. It gets pretty muddy in between, and there is a lot to talk about, but I don't want to yap too much, so let's start with the first clip that set all of this off.
That's funny is if I go on my page, on my Instagram, because everybody talking about W method. Is W method till I drop the receipts of text messages that y'all would be blown. Images, just everything, bro. Like that, like y'all don't, I'm not the that signed the NDA. I don't need to be scared about that. Scared of me. If y'all are wondering who I'm talking about, y'all know I'm talking about Tamari.
That right there is Cameron Levine, younger sister to Zach Levine, who is an NBA star. And she is now the current ex-girlfriend of Tbvnks. And if you don't know who that is, he is a very well-known streamer who blew up off of his new style of making clips on TikTok and is now in deep water because of these accusations from his ex. With that clip right there going viral on not only TikTok, but also Twitter, and a bunch of people making speculations as to what possibly could have happened during a relationship for her to be going this crazy. But before she can even have the chance to talk, Tbvnks actually sparked up live earlier today to break down this entire situation because he felt like she was going to lie on his name and try and destroy his career.
I remember the Vegas stream. I took Will, I took Jew, her friend, and I took me to Vegas. I paid for everything, even though there was promises that people were going to help me out with the expenses. This is when the relationship is getting serious. Now we're claiming each other. Now we're on TikTok. Now we're posting each other. And on the drive back, she starts telling me the way she operates in relationships. She starts telling me that, you know, if my homeboys want to come over and sleep over, my boyfriend has to deal with that. I just grew up with a lot of guys. This is something that he has to just understand.
I'm with him on that one, boy. Huh? What the fuck, man? That's crazy. That's where you cut it off right there. That's why that's where she doesn't become your girlfriend, brother. You made the mistake of making her your girlfriend if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? And Table, just so if you guys want to know, Table's still off the bone. Table is still off the bone, brother. Still off the bone. Well, let's continue.
Grew up in a basketball family. So I started telling her, this is not something that I align with, and I cannot date you. This is what you need to do. And we come to a conversation. The first red flag I noticed from this girl, and I'm not gonna lie, Cameron has a massive ego. Y'all have seen it on TikTok that she claims she can pull any that she wants. After the Vivek, she tells me if me and my friend wanted to be on this, we would have just left the Airbnb with you and Will and we would have just got a hotel because it was NBA Summer League. And I asked her, I say, why are you telling me this? And she was like, I was just letting you know that that's what we wanted to be on. We would have been on that. Mind you, the conversation had nothing to do with that. She would do things.
This might be validating, bro. So far, this might be validating, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Tbvnks talk seriously and really lock in, talk seriously like this ever. I don't think. So I think he might be onto something. But let's dig a little deeper. Let's see.
Things that was constantly disrespectful that I'm going to get to. She would bring, and she constantly would give me a compliment, and then snatch it away. For example, she would be like, oh, I know you got a big meat, but it's not that big though. I've seen way bigger. Or she'd be like, yeah, you're 6 foot.
I've seen way bigger is disgusting, nasty work. I've seen way bigger is disgusting, nasty work. That's like being like, yeah, you wear a size 12, but I seen Shaq's feet before. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
You're kind of tall, but you're not that tall. You're short. She would do this constantly, off stream, backhanded compliments. Swear to God.
Tbvnks describing the beginning of his relationship with Cameron Levine just seems like a recipe for disaster. Everything he talked about is something that not most people would be okay with. First of all,
but he has to be scared that she's gonna say something for him to come out and start saying things and, you know, start just openly giving out information without her actually calling him out. There must be some bad shit she has on, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Backhanded compliments, snatching back compliments in general was very weird and an odd trait for someone to have, especially someone who already has a pretty big ego coming from the family that she does. Along with the fact that having to be okay with any guy just randomly coming over your girlfriend's house, staying over, and doing things without you even knowing, with no real reason behind it, it's going to be weird and off-putting to literally anybody. I don't think I can find a human being on this planet that will most likely be okay with that in any way, shape, or form. So it just seemed like the beginning of the relationship was already spelling the recipe for disaster that would come to follow. And I want y'all to know his response is like an hour long. We are not about to sit here for an hour, so I'm just going to break it up into his most digestible parts and the craziest stories that he told from his response. But we'll have the link to Tbvnks' video if you do want to go watch the full hour.
I went to the DMV to do a stream with Big Win. Toolkit at the time was hacked. Do y'all remember that? That's why I didn't stream. And this whole time, I'm on FaceTime with her. I'm texting her. Noir's vaccines was expired. So I gave her the keys to my crib. And if you know me, you cannot know that you have the keys to my crib. You cannot know my address. I don't want friends, family. If you come over my crib, you got location on, you have to turn that off. I do not like people knowing where I live.
Nigga moving like the president. Nigga moving crazily. Nigga must have did some bad shit to some bad people, bro. Someone's looking for bro. Someone is definitely looking for bro, and that's why he moving so cautiously. Cause most niggas don't move cautious like this. I would say 80% of niggas don't, 95% of niggas don't move cautious like this. But I digress.
Based on my past and where I'm from. But I've trusted her in the months that I know her. I gave her the keys to my crib. I asked her to walk my dog. I even said you can sleep over if you need to. The third day I was in the DMV, she walked my dog, went over to her friend's house, said she was going to link with somebody. She leaves my crib after walking my dog after I got off the phone with her, links up with another guy. Mind you, everything was going good at this point. Nothing was bad. No arguments or anything. We go to a restaurant after I land back in LA. I see a hickey on her neck. I ask her, where the fuck did she get that hickey from? Because I have not seen you in a week. She sat right there, played dumb, and said, oh no, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about on her phone. Didn't want to look at me. She finally breaks and tells me that she's seen a whole nother guy. They went out for a date. They ate food. She got kissed on. And that happened while I was telling her on the phone how much I wanted her to be my girlfriend.
Something got cut out from Tbvnks.
That's not the end? That's not the end? Come on, Banks. Come on, T. That gotta be the end of the video. Video over. Video end. Conclusion. That's not the end. The audacity, my nigga. Nigga's supposed to be super P, bro. Super P. Damn, bro. This is just like this is a long ass break. This is a long ass piece of silence. But I need this shit, bro. I need this shit to digest all the things that I've just heard thus far. But I can still come to the conclusion in my head that if he said at the beginning, you cheated or I cheated, it doesn't matter, it's our business. Him saying that at the beginning still rubs me the wrong way, because the nigga wouldn't have said that nigga got ammo like this. If nigga got ammo like this and she still came out and wanted to call you out, she got worse ammo. Because you could be like, bruh, she cheated on me. She on some bullshit, bruh. When I was about to date her ass, and I took her back because I trusted her. This, you would have just spilled the beans. Like, oh, you want to spill beans? Let's spill beans then. But she must have worse shit. So, but okay. Damn. All right, let's continue. That shit was not P. I'm not gonna lie. The story continuing is not P. But anyway.
Thanks to his responses. In the middle of him mentioning all of this, he talked about this when they were getting more serious, and he was posting them a lot on his channels when he was out here buying her flowers basically every week, apparently taking out on dates every week, and just talking and actually trying to be an actual couple. And all of this happened while he was out doing his job, trying to stream and do collabs with Big Win. And that's pretty insane to hear for a lot of his chat and just a lot of people in general, because when she first dropped this exposed or went on TikTok live talking about she was going to expose him, it made it seem like he was going to be the worst human being on planet Earth. But based off all the stuff you're saying right here, and all the stuff I'm telling you, adding in some info, it seems like Tbvnks is one of the biggest victims in this situation. Obviously, it's just his side, but still, hearing a lot of stuff that he has to say makes anyone pretty sad. And you probably can't tell, so I'm most likely gonna have the chat blurred. A lot of people in this chat are spamming L's, getting pretty upset from, even saying that Cameron Levine was just using this man for clout or using this man for fun. In the way that she was talking to him on stream, off stream, and the way that she was moving, and how trusting he actually was when she just wasn't doing any of that. Wild to see, especially since he doesn't even end right there. He has a bunch more stories to tell about this girl.
I went to Seattle and Portland for her. She asked me to go because of a party. When I go, we drinking, she gets extremely drunk. Not really bad, but she gets very friendly. Mind you, she has already gone off about me, about my ex, about things I say on stream. She has me on a belt. So in October, we go to Portland. She starts drinking and she gets very friendly in front of me. She gets drunk and some guy that had made a weird advance to her at one point a couple months ago comes up to her and makes a joke. She laughs, bounces down on one knee, slaps this leg, and starts laughing the hardest I ever seen her laugh. Her homeboys come around and makes a joke about cracking her friends. I don't know if this is on purpose. I have no beef with this man. I think he was drunk out of his mind. She accidentally touched her chest. Her friend looks at me. I look at her friend. I'm surrounded by about 15. If I get mad and snuff this, I probably wouldn't be here at this point. I look at Cameron. I say, why are you being friendly in front of my face? This girl looks me in my eyes, turns around, walks away and says, I'm not dealing with this shit, and walks the fuck away. I have to pick her up to take her to the car because that was her only ride. I take her to the car. She's laughing in my face about the situation. I get to the hotel. Me being a good guy, I paid for 3 hotel rooms, one for her, one for me, and one for her friend still. Her friend says to me, which I have no problem.
None of this is P. None of this is P. This shit is not P. I'm not gonna lie, I thought better of T. I thought better of Mr. Banks, bro. I really did. Situation like this, you take care of her, yes. You know what I'm saying? If she crossed the line, violated you, you can still take care of her the whole night, get a room with her, take care of her. You know, I'm assuming you guys are in a relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, you guys have already cracked, already did this, already did that, already did that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already locked in to a certain extent. You take care of her. You know, one room for you, one room for the friend. That's not even necessary, because you can literally have a room, 2 beds, you, her, and the friend. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Or, these are the options that you have. You chose the worst option. The options that you have. Or, you can get a room for her and her friend, and then get a room for yourself. And let her friend take care of her while you go in your room and go to fuck to sleep. That's pretty fucking P. if you ask me. Be like, bro, you was on bullshit that night, bro. And then leave her friend to pick up the pieces. That's pretty fucking P. Or you could take care of her, get a room for the friend, or have the friend in the room with you so you guys both can take care of her. Either way, every option was better than the option that you fucking chose. You didn't keep it peasky, bro. You didn't keep it peasky. Or you just get a room for you and her, and the friend got to figure out her own shit because that's not your bitch. And the niggas that she's around must be some real gutter niggas. Real gutter niggas, bro. See how I went from gutter to gutter? Because it sound like you was in a place where you were like, damn, I can't do nothing or I'm fucked. And these niggas can violate me in my face. That's another sign that this relationship should not last. Her niggas, her friends are gutter niggas. Gutter niggas. I'm going from gutter to gutter. The plot just keeps getting worse. Just keeps getting worse. And I never knew about her. She had no clout. Or, I mean, her brother was a NBA player, NFL, whatever the fuck. That's her brother. She had no clout, as far as I know. You was in a position of power, brother, and you was moving like you wasn't. Let's continue.
With her friend, that if you was to do the opposite, you would be right now. You would be getting absolutely cursed out, and she would leave your ass alone. Cameron, while drunk, decides to curse me and her friend the fuck out. She calls me and her friend weird and curses us out in front of the hotel staff because she was the one being friendly. She cursed me out for about 3 hours straight.
Before I talk about the story, some things I want to add on that I skipped over a bit from Tbvnks' own account is that this is the point where his relationship is getting worse and worse, to the point where she is hindering him from streaming, coming up with a bunch of excuses and delaying him from being able to do his job, along with the fact that she isn't understanding about what this job actually provides for him, coming up multiple times apparently even saying that she doesn't really care and she understands that this is supposed to provide for his mother and the rest of his family, but she just wants him to stop and focus on her, along with also being upset about him not going to an NBA YoungBoy concert with her because he wants to sit down and stream, which is his entire job. And she got super mad at that and was cursing him out in front of his hotel lobby, apparently cursing him out so much that he got noise complaints, doing a bunch of other things outside of just that story right there. But on the topic of what he just said, that is wild and insane, and the fact that he is staying with her through all of this has a bunch of people perplexed. Like, we've all heard or seen or even been in toxic relationships, but having this being aired out on the internet makes it 10 times worse because no one really needs to hear this.
Everyone has moments they can think of, they can talk about that they weren't P. The opposite of P. The most un-P. What's the opposite of P? If a P is like this, so that's like, no. It's like, the opposite. Flip it upside down. That's a B. Damn, bro, that nigga keeping it B. That's the opposite of a P, bruh.
Story. It could have just been between those two, and all of these things wouldn't have come out with them being able to judge not only Tbvnks but her. Instead, all of the internet now has their eyes on it, is able to give their thoughts and opinions on some stuff that really should have just stayed private. I'm not going to sit here and act like Tbvnks was the same, because even in his own account he didn't do that. He even brought up times where he was wrong, mainly being the internet perception that they have of their relationships because of how he acted on stream, which was a big proponent of why a bunch of people were genuinely curious as to what she was going to say when she was going to expose Tbvnks.
December comes around. This is when DEO Yarn and everybody started getting on my ass. I'm going to take full accountability at this point. The troll and the jokes on stream, no matter what we were dealing with in private, that is something that I don't think is a good light, and I am never doing again with no girls. I'm gonna take full accountability. I play too much, I rage bait, and I troll man, woman, kid, old adult, elder, and that's just my personality. That's why I got my ass whooped a lot as a kid. That's why my dad used to get mad at me. I play way too much, and I'm not gonna take that from nobody, because no, I played at funerals, I played at weddings, I played in school, I trolled, I rage baited teachers, I rage baited my friends. That's why I got in fights with friends. I am a that plays way too much. I got it from my pops, but that does not excuse the shit I was seeing on stream. And even if, no matter how I felt about the off-camera shit, that does not excuse me trolling like that on camera. Me playing around, me rage baiting, me trolling. So I'm gonna take full accountability with that 100%. Even when I watched some of the clips with me and Cynthia, I'd be like, damn, he was going too hard, my nigga. Sure, it was funny in the moment, but like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, you playing too much, man. Some of this shit might even seem like playing, like something might seem like you actually hate this person. Like, I'm doing way too much. No,
accountability. I can appreciate the accountability, but it still makes me feel like she has worse shit about you. The fact that you're just openly giving this away now makes me feel like she has worse shit on you. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. Okay. Taking some accountability for your actions. You know what I'm saying? You know that you rage bait too much, and you do and say certain things that you shouldn't be doing and saying. Okay. I could appreciate that to a certain extent.
We go back and forth, sure, but for the most part, like, that was at that point making you seem like you putting someone on a platform just to embarrass them.
This was the big public perception of Tbvnks and his relationships, both of them honestly, because I made a previous video talking about his ex and how a bunch of people weren't okay with the way that he treated her and how they were going back and forth on stream a lot, arguing, and basically it felt like what he said at the end right there. He was bringing girls on a platform just to embarrass them, just to argue with them. They had a bunch of people genuinely upset at this man, and a bunch of people on TikTok, from YouTube to Twitter, making entire think pieces about how terrible he treats these women that he brings on his platform, and that he just seems like he's using them to get clips off and doesn't actually care about them. And these clips went super viral, especially during that time with yoyo, and a bunch of other people were clipping these things that were happening on his subathon from clips like this.
I think I'm tired. I don't want to be. Come on, bro. That shit's funny.
Turn the music down. I'm not trying to cover it.
Now they clip my ass, and they say I look chopped. I see it clipping me on the internet. Like,
You're telling them what to clip now.
no,
That's like me saying, yo, chat, I'm about to say a slur, clip it and get me canceled.
sleep.
So you're talking, so I have to put the camera on you so you
Look,
can
I
talk
don't
to
need
him.
to. No, I'm not. I told you. Tomorrow, keep doing that shit. After I just said don't do it.
You
I want
said out
a fucking
loud.
response. I want a fucking change.
Okay.
I'm tired of this shit.
Okay.
I'm tired of fucking
Hey,
arguing on
it's not
stream.
muted no more. Can we just drive?
I don't care about mute, unmute. I'm
All
tired
right, okay,
of
that's a
arguing
vibe.
on
I don't want,
stream.
listen, I'm
And
gonna have
you're not
niggas making
understanding.
documentaries. Just drive.
And that's your fault. You
saying
stream your life.
Okay.
Holy shit.
It's pretty-
I'm talking about
Then
today.
when I didn't say anything,
Because-
then you said it again to get a
and I'm-
response.
and
I
I'm-
heard you. I
I'm
heard you the
not-
first time.
I'm
That's
not
good.
trying to do a response.
You did. That you are.
Nigga,
Because you said it twice.
here you go.
First you whispered
Here you
it.
go. Here you
I didn't say
go.
nothing. You're like, I
Why
should have
can't-
stayed home.
nigga, I'm
I heard
speaking
you. You're
in
good. It says
No,
vibe
why are
out.
you, nigga, it's not a competition. How about you just stop?
Oh
trying to
my
make the-
god.
The public perception for Tbvnks was at its worst at times like these, when he had viral clips of him arguing with his ex, either one of them, and a bunch of people were looking at him as a complete weirdo because he was just putting them on the platform to what it seems like embarrass them and do things that they didn't want to do. So it's good that he
Nah, but on a certain extent, nigga is streaming and she's openly saying that shit and doing that shit while he's saying I'm literally streaming. And she keeps doing it until the point where he mutes it. You know what I'm saying? And if he's, you know, I didn't watch the whole stream, of course. But if he's openly trying to say, okay, bro, like, okay, you saying you should have stayed home, whatever. I'm on stream right now. Let's just fucking, you know, I'm on stream. Let's not argue while I'm on stream. And she still argues, and then she's in a bad light because she's arguing. That's kind of on her, if we're being honest. Type shit.
accountability for that and understands that it was bad, because it's probably weird being a fan of.
Bro, where's the part where she outs him, bro? I need to see that shit. Bro. Let's get to it. But this is all good context. I'm not gonna lie. This is good. This is some pretty good context. I like to understand things.
Tbvnks, and seeing him consistently pull up streams or consistently seeing clips of him hate farming any girl that he seems to be around, and having constant people judge him and talk bad about his character because all the clips that are going out are him being weird to the people that he has on stream. But Tbvnks even went to clarify on that more, that some of these clips were not only taken out of context, but he also didn't clear them up and would just focus on clearing up his own PR because he didn't want any of the backlash that he was getting to come after her as well.
And I even told her I have text proof. I said, you know what? I'm going to take all the flack for everything that happened. I don't want your character being attacked. I don't want your family dealing with it. I'll take the yarn. I'll take all these on my back no matter what happens behind closed doors. And I have text proof of that shit. I'm going to protect your image and your career. And the only reason why I wasn't even going to do this stream, chat, I was going to spark up to my 1.6, 1.5K today and play Roblox, give y'all a yap session and play do some. Only reason why I sparked up today was because this shit is all over Twitter. This shit is all over TikTok. And this person only went on live to hurt my career. She has nothing for her to gain by telling her side of the story. You don't do YouTube. You don't stream. Your family's already taken care of. There's no reason for you to go on live and sit right there and say I'm going to expose him other than to hurt me. This is not the only time she's threatening to go on.
He's fucking cooking. Okay.
I have a video of her saying she's going to go on the internet to expose me. Expose what? A story between us? No matter if I cheated or you cheated, no matter what happened. These don't need to know. This is between us. This is private. She knows about Fear Buck. She knows about these people posting me saying I don't give a fuck. She knows this shit's gonna come back on me. If I blow the fuck, if I fall off tomorrow, if I get allegations on my name, if I fall off tomorrow, she's still taken care of. Y'all have y'all life to go on. Camel Boy has a new streamer to work with. Spacey's gonna post for a new YouTuber. My life is fucked up. I lose my car. I lose my dog. I lose my apartment. I lose my brand deals. I go back to being fucked up in life. And what the fuck did she lose from the situation? Not anything.
From Tbvnks' POV of the
That context go a long way, huh? That context go a long way at the beginning. He right though. He's a black man in America trying to making it, and then feeling like he could get all that taken away on some shit that he feels like isn't right for. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, this part of the vid made me feel for bro hard. Nigga trying to protect his livelihood. Okay. Fuck.
the entire situation. It seems like a pretty tragic tale, with him obviously taking accountability in certain ways, with him being a content creator, putting on a platform, and humiliating her in ways that were definitely not right. But it seems like a pretty tragic tale from the way that Tbvnks told it. And with all these allegations he's throwing her way, she eventually was going to have to come and try to defend herself, which she eventually did when she went live on Instagram, and thankfully somebody else recorded it, so I just had to download it. I'm just going to clip up the most important parts and show y'all the stories, but from her POV.
He wants me to watch his dog. I'm watching his dog and doing everything so he don't have to pay for it. We were talking and he was being honest. He was like, yeah, I'm thinking about like really dating you and taking this shit seriously. I'm like, yeah, like me too. I really fuck with you. But like, I just didn't know really how I felt. Like I just dead ass couldn't get over the fact that the shit.
Somebody in the comments said a whole lot of nothing. So we already know she talking. It's been a whole lot of nothing. Okay. Niggas say you not even worth it. That's crazy.
That he did. It was fucking with me. I was like, damn, I just don't know if I could get past the fact that like this man could be lying to me and you were cracking your ex the whole time while me and you have something good going on and my shit's clear. You know, like, that's not fair to me.
Damn, they posting tomatoes. You gotta stop lying, bro. Okay. Based off of these comments, it's sounding like motherfucker capping out their ass. Just want to give y'all a little bit of that context. Y'all pay attention to these comments as we listen. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to watch, we're not going to see the whole vid. But the comments, these niggas done seen the whole vid. Or thus far. But let's continue.
That someone's going to do that in my face. Samari knew that I wasn't for sure about dating him. So boom, I took the opportunity. I said, you know what? I don't feel like I should give someone a chance if like, honestly, I feel like someone's playing in my face. So I went to get food with him. The man was begging for a kiss. I gave him a peck. And he tried to like, you know, be guys, all that shit. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. He's all right, cool. I met him at a spot, dropped him back off where he was at, where the friends and shit were at. I'm cool. At the end of the day, regardless if that man was cracking old girl or not, I was cool. That man did not kiss on my neck. That man did not kiss on my neck, but he was trying to like kiss on me.
Some prior knowledge before we dive into this clip and the specific moment she's talking about is the fact that Tbvnks' ex, Cynthia, was texting Cameron Levine once they first made their appearance together, talking crazy to her about stuff that Tbvnks did, that Tbvnks still wants her, saying a bunch of wild things. And during that time, Tbvnks tried to clear everything up, telling her that she is just making up stories, even though there was stuff going on online, even showing proof and receipts to apparently disprove a lot of the bad things that people were saying about him and his old relationship before they got together. And that was the main thing that was apparently holding her back from actually being with Tbvnks. And then the following story that she talks about is one where Banks says that she had got the hickey from when he was out trying to make content, wasn't able to because the things that he used to stream on Twitch was apparently hacked, and that she did not end up getting the hickey while they were out, but did go on a date with the guy because they weren't official and truly in a talking stage. But that's not the only story she tried to recant. She also talked about other stuff that happened that Tbvnks mentioned.
I did not.
Alright, so for bro to see a hickey that wasn't there and know that you was fucking with another dude, and then you decided to out yourself for fucking with another dude. That shit sound fake as fuck. I'm sorry, that shit sound fake as fuck. There's no, how the fuck do you have a fake hickey on your fucking neck where dude didn't give you a hickey? Didn't kiss on your neck? So it was a pretend hickey, and then he just fucking guessed the hickey, and then just fucking, you know, guessed correctly? I guess. No, it doesn't seem right. I'm sorry, you're cooked.
Link with him at a public place to get closure. He wanted his shit. He had a basketball, he had basketball shoes and clothes. There's also still clothes that I have to get rid of that I don't wear, never wore. And Tamari his mom was blowing my phone and he was off of a fake number. This man has always been blocked in my phone. He was using fake numbers, blowing my phone, talking about, can I have the stuff? Can I have the stuff? Can I have the stuff? And he knows this. My ex is texting me and he wants his shit. His mom even texted me here. I showed him proof, everything. I just never ended up telling Tamari that I was going to go end up meeting with him and giving him his shit. I ended up doing that. Probably the DMV, but he was already informed that he has texted. I showed proof. I showed text messages. I even showed proof after where it was, everything. He Ubered to the spot, gave him the shit, talked about the fucked up shit in the relationship. He apologized. He Ubered the fuck back to the airport, and I went to Jaden's. I went to Jaden's crib. So boom. And you're saying that's crazy. Let me pause on it. It's crazy that mom texted me asking for shit, and right before
Niggas in the comments saying you think we slow.
that prior, this man Tamari had Cynthia walking in the crib.
Nigga said you're grits, gang. Alright, we can't listen to the comments. A lot of these comments are probably coming from Tbvnks fans. Fuck, we can't listen to them that much, but type shit, bro. Holy fuck.
Grabbing clothes, and she still had clothes left over even after the fact. And I wasn't, you feel me? I wasn't tweaking on that. So I feel like out of respect, he shouldn't have even have cared when I showed him that my ex was texting me off of a fake number asking for his shit. I said, I gotta give him his shit.
I try not to be biased in these videos so I can show both sides in an equal manner, but it is genuinely very hard for me to grab and piece together her story. She is one of the worst storytellers I've ever seen in my entire life. But this is one of the only other cohesive stories that she told where she had met up with her ex but didn't end up telling Tbvnks and he got upset about it. Even though Tbvnks was allowing his ex to come and grab stuff from his house, yet he was upset that she was doing the same thing. Now, in all reality, of all the stuff I've shown you, her story, his side, even though it was a short part of only her side, this just seems like a normal toxic relationship. Yeah, pretty bad and stuff that shouldn't have happened, but it's something that the internet didn't need to know and that we have no real effect on. Y'all both were just bad partners for each other. Y'all both did bad things that were spiteful to each other, but in all reality, the way that she was talking about this in the beginning and the way that she was going crazy on her live talking about she's really going to expose the man Tbvnks is, you would have thought he did something that was way worse than just being a bad partner. And that's all that is. Then I can't sit here and lie to you and say that I would care. If you're watching Tbvnks because he's a funny content creator, him being a bad partner in a relationship genuinely doesn't affect your enjoyment of his YouTube videos, his streams, or his TikTok clips. All of this stuff should just stayed offline. And the more and more I hear about this story, the more and more I see, the more I wonder why any of this had to be brought to the internet in the first place. It's genuinely a sad tale and one that keeps getting told over and over again that we do not need to bring this stuff to the internet because the internet is not your therapist and cannot help you in these situations and only causes more problems than it does good. But at the end of the day, that is just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do would be the comment section down below.
Sheesh. Shout out to that boy Novly. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's a whole lot of bullshit. She ain't really come with nothing that he actually did. No receipts. Like, you think his fans care that he cheated on you? If he cheated on you, you think his fans care that he fucking didn't like that you saw your fucking ex to give him back shit, and then you also had a hickey on your neck from another man supposedly? You think his fans give a flying fuck, a sitting fuck, a falling fuck, any type of fuck, a hot fuck, cold fuck? No, they don't. And honestly, I don't either. If this was the most significant parts of her situation, I'm on Tbvnks' side to the millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even say Tbvnks cheated. Oh, yeah, I mean, she did. She said that he was fucking on his ex, according to his ex. You know what I'm saying? And him starting off the story saying, I cheated, you cheated, that makes me feel like he did fuck on his ex while y'all were in the talking stage. Around the same time that you got a hickey on your neck. What you want me to do? Cry about it? I can't. Sorry. But anyway, y'all let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.